Hey guys, it's the Frugalnista and it is Christmas time. This is my Christmas video done the Frugalnista way. I'm going to start in the foyer. You can hear an echo. The ceilings are high in here. Okay, we're going to start with the wreath on the door. This year I decided to put a wreath on our door. Reason being that I used a mirror in here and I needed something reflect other than this white door. Just picked this wreath up for free, guys, from Bed Bath & Beyond, and threw a couple of little hints of gold in it so it can kind of match a little bit of the decoration that I have in my foyer, okay? Yeah. Okay, guys, and this is what you see when you walk through our front door. I'm looking at the wreath through the mirror. That's one reason why I decided to put a wreath on the door. Guys, this year I wanted something to take your eyes all the way up the staircase. And I decided to use this mirror that I bought to you in one of my free finds also. This came from Home Goods. $129. The Frugalnista paid nothing for it. Yeah. I wanted something to bring your eye up along with the tree. This is a 12-foot tree that I picked up last Christmas. 90% off. It's a Better Homes and Garden tree. And I paid a whopping $19 for this tree, guys. It's 12 feet, and I'll get closer to show you what I did. Now, starting with the tree skirt, guys, that is one of my husband's capes. He was a king one year for one of my daughter's party, and I decided to use one of his capes as my tree skirt, okay? A lot of the decoration on here are free finds. This gold garland came from Pier 1, and the leaves that I decided to use because they had like a deep burgundy color, so it's going to be my tree of trees. I used pine cones. These are glass ornaments that came from a Christmas find, 90% off. I ended up paying like 10 cents for these guys. 10 cents for these. They are like a champagne color. Very pretty. And then these leaves one, I end up paying about 10 cents also. And they're also glass ornaments. Okay? So I decorated with pine cones and leaf balls. I also used some of my free finds of jewelry that I just decided to put throughout the trees to make it sparkle. Okay? So that's the tree. Another thing I decided to do, guys, what I like to do, I like to use filler in the trees. This is some free ribbon that I picked up from the craft store. I think it was Michael's at the time. I think I bought that to you in a haul. I use that to fill the tree with. Another good filler also is fabric. These are just some panels that I just kind of cut up and put throughout the tree. It's just like it acts as filler. Okay? And that ribbon really does play off the colors that I decide to use, okay? And all the way up top, if you can see, is a nativity with Mary, the baby Jesus, 3 wise men, and Joseph. And all the way up top, I do have a star. Okay, so that's the Christmas tree in the foyer, done in a rustic look, okay? And also on this table, I decided to decorate the table that's normally in this foyer. Here is another free find, my little reindeer. Yeah, he fit right in that corner, and you can barely tell what's wrong with him. I know, right? He was free. I bought I bought you guys that in the haul also. So that's Mr. Reindeer over in the corner. Okay. I decided to do the staircase in garland also. So garland goes the length of the staircase all the way up. All right. Okay. And that second garland is usually lit, but it's nighttime and my daughter's asleep. And I actually have that on a outlet that's adjacent to her room. So normally it's lit across the top. But let's start with the table. These hurricanes, guys, I picked up for free. Yeah, and I also put little flickering candles in it, which looks so pretty when you turn it on and all the lights are off. Okay? That's in like a brown, another champagne color. I decided to leave the lamp that I normally have on this table. I left it on here. And then I have my first nativity of Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. I also did a table runner also, which I just had. I don't even remember where I got this from. This swag was picked up free from Home Goods Marshalls. Okay. And I just kind of put that on the corner to finish the look. All right. So that's that for that area. Okay. Here we are with our first Santa. This is my big guy that I've had forever. I picked him up, guys, from Cracker Barrel, believe it or not, years and years ago. I probably had him maybe 6 years. That's my first Santa. He's real rustic. He looks like he's from Norway or somewhere with his skis. Okay. Now we're going to go into what we call our piano. On the piano, I have all of my angels that I have collected for years displayed on the piano. Guys, some of these angels have been with me 20 odd years, and I was really thinking about it. Today is my anniversary, so I'm kind of melancholy about a lot of things. Before I had children, before, God blessed me with children, my husband and I were married 7 years. And we were challenged, to say the least, in having our children. As a matter of fact, I was actually kind of told that I might not have any. And for God to bless me with 2 beautiful, healthy children is truly, truly a blessing that I'm so appreciative of. But before I had my children, I think I indulged in things like this and animals with that, honing in on that mothering skill. So I collected angels, Santas, and they bring back a lot of memories. I actually remember her being my first angel that I picked up from Macy's, and I think I picked her up also that same year. So these guys are probably 20 years old. So they range from coming from me picking some up at Macy's, some from grocery stores. Yeah. So that's all of the angels. Okay. All right, guys, here are a few of my Santas. Like I said, I've been collecting for years, over 20 years. So when I would see them, I would get them. And it's funny, I kind of remember all the ones. And it's so fun pulling them all out. He's made of wood. He's made of porcelain. Yeah. And they range from prices, guys. I've gotten, in my new finds, I've paid nothing for Santas, and I've paid a lot for Santas. So the range is from 0 to, I can't believe what I used to pay for stuff back in the day. Now this Santa, will be moved into the kitchen the closer it gets to Christmas, because he's actually a cookie jar, and we fill him with cookies, fresh cookies. Okay? So that's my coffee table. I decided to display a few of the Santas over here. Okay, guys, and coming on this corner of the couch, I decided to display a few more of my Santas. And I'll show you him first. He's actually a motion one. And I picked him up from Cracker Barrel years ago. He has the optic lights on him, and he is skiing. Okay, that's that noise that you hear. Again, some of these I paid goo gobs for, and some little or nothing for. Into clearance. Yeah, but these are my Santas. That particular one came from Pier 1. He's probably about 10, maybe 15 years old. And yeah. Okay, guys, the first tree that I'm going to show you is the one in this room, the piano room as we call it. And this was a free find that came from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's a 7.5 foot. And I decided to use traditional red and green. And at the top I did a green bow. And this tree is covered with birds that I've had for ages. It's covered in Santa Clauses. It's covered in other ornaments that I've, just picked up throughout the years. Some of these birds are 20 years old. This particular bird did come from Macy's. I can remember when I first started keeping house. Macy's was my go-to store back in the day. And then again, this particular set of birds, the little red ones, they came from the Dollar Tree. All of these snowflakes are like a Macy's type snowflake. I remember getting this from Macy's. And this little guy, I paid absolutely nothing for. So my newfound passion of finding stuff, yeah, he was absolutely nothing. So that's my first free find, Santa. Yeah. Another little Santa. And all of these came when I remember getting these like 75% off. Macy's was blowing these out. I can't remember how much I paid for them, but yeah. All right, so that's the first tree. And again, I just decided to do it in a traditional red and green. I used some little sparkly green bows, and that actually matches the topper that I decided to use. Okay? Down below, this tree has a train set. Guys, I had to buy a new train set this year. If you can see from my other video, I picked a new train set up. And I didn't want an electric. I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for a train set that the kids would, destroy. But this is something that my little nieces and nephews love to do when they come to my house. Turn on the battery-operated train. And because it didn't cost that much, guys, I picked this up from Dollar General. It was originally $10, and they had all their toys 50% off. So I got this for $5. It's a track that goes around the tree to my little cobblestone village. Okay? And it does work. I won't turn it on. But the girls have so much fun with this, and so do my nieces and nephews. Okay, guys, my little cobblestone corners. If you guys remember back in the day, Dollar Tree, I've had this since 2002, as you can see. Dollar Tree, their collection for cobblestone used to be so much better quality than it is now. They actually would number the pieces according to the year. So most of these pieces, with the exception of maybe one or two, all are from the 2002 collection. They will give you the little book, tell you about each little home, and the girls love reading this and sharing and, matching the pieces with who stays where and a little story behind all of the little pieces. But this is my little village that I put under the tree. Okay? And it's just not Christmas until we hear that little sound. That's from my original train track. And throughout the village, all of the little homes are lit. It just reminds you so much of Christmas. I sit down here sometime, guys, and just wonder. And the girls like doing it also. So I put it out every year. It's been like, 12 years now? 13 years? Wow. Time does not wait. Yeah. But there's a bakery. There's town hall. Even a little Santa. A fire hall. And even in the back, that's like Fisherman Wharf, a little lighthouse, more trees. And it shows all of the people shopping. Yeah. And in the back, I even have a couple of bears and deer back there. And that's my little cobblestone village. Okay, guys, now we are leaving the piano room, and you go right across, and you come into my dining room. Okay, we'll start with the tree. I decided to do a white tree in here, guys. This is a after clearance tree also. I can't remember how much I paid for it. This might have been seriously like maybe $5 or $6. This is a 7.5 foot also. A little bit thicker than the one in the piano room. But I did all white ornaments on this tree, guys. Again, some of these ornaments, you know, I can remember Macy's, Dollar Tree. I also decided to use a panel that I just had. And believe it or not, in the top, we have a turtle dove. And all of the jewelry are from my free finds. They're broken pieces of jewelry that I found for free. And I just decided to put that up there with our little turtle dove as a tree topper. So I just have snowflakes and all of my white ornaments or clear ornaments that I had on this tree to kind of tie in with my little elves that are new to the Frugalnista's household. Guys, I picked these up for free also from Children's Place. Children's Place was using this as their display. And I don't think you can tell any of their imperfections. But they're helping me decorate the tree. I started to spray paint them, but I just thought about leaving them pure white. And while I'm down here, let me show you the tree skirt on this one. This is one of my daughter's old church dresses. Yeah. You can make a tree skirt out of anything. Okay. On a table with the word joy on it and put our little stockings on it. And also a free find that I picked up from Marshall's Home Goods. This angel I decided to put on this table. Yeah. The only thing was wrong with it, you just had to put it together, and I did. And I thought that was really pretty, so I'm keeping that. That'll be part of my treasures from now on. I'm kind of glad that I didn't sell most of this stuff because I really am making good use of it. The dining room has been set as if we were, having dinner today. The centerpiece is a nativity scene done in a ivory white, depicting, Mary, the baby Jesus, Joseph, the 3 wise men, and the animals. And I have it just sitting on a piece of greenery. These little tea light holders I've had forever. They were a gift from my husband's aunt. And I decided to use the wine goblets in the color burgundy or wine. Yeah. And I just did a bone, neutral color plate, the matching napkin. And I decided to just use a little bit of a little pine cone and some berries at the top to finish the look. So it can kind of coordinate with the tablecloth. Okay. And I think it plays off well with the chairs also, using the white in here. Okay, guys, here's another view coming in from the kitchen into the dining room. And this buffet server, I usually put my desserts on, but I have a few more of my nativities. An angel with the baby Jesus. This little nativity came from the Dollar Tree, guys, years ago. And here's another little nativity set. Okay, I have a table runner on it. This is a very, very old piece. And that candle holder is a free find from Marshall's Home Goods. And I just decided to put a little snowflake mirror, which is also another free find. Most of this stuff, guys, I bought to you in a haul. Okay? And then I decided to, because it's sparkling at nighttime, I needed sparkle on this table. So I decided to just run some Christmas lighting throughout the table also. Okay, guys, here is the family room with tree number 3. Let's start with the tree. Guys, I picked this tree up for free from Old Navy of all places, right? This is the tree where the gifts will be, girls will open their gifts on Christmas morning. It's probably about a 9 foot, maybe 9.5 foot. It's a slender tree, and it fits really well in this corner. I like it. And it has a type, the branches go down, so I didn't do a lot of ornaments on here. I did just our picture ornaments, really. We put out every year pictures of the girls when they were little. That's Mirabella when she was little. And all of the homemade ornaments that they do, that's an ornament that somebody made from school. Here's a little mom's favorite, dad favorite ornament. And up top I used a bow for the topper. And it's in a copper color, glittery. And I used a few dark bulbs on it. I didn't want to do a lot of bulbs on it. Again, it's the kind of tree that the ornaments, the branches point downward instead of, out like other trees. And I also used some ribbon that kind of reminds you of burlap. It's in a green and with a little bit of gold flake in it. I just pulled some of that. And that was free also, one of my free finds from a craft store. And yeah, these are all of their little pictures. Here is a gingerbread family that we always put out. And for ornaments like these guys, I just group them together when they're this small. Yeah. Here is a little ornament of my cat. Before I had my children, I used to have a cat who was my child. He is no longer with us. That's a picture of Magnolia, playing tennis. And there's a picture of Mirabella getting her hair washed. They grow up so quick. So it's fun seeing these pictures each and every year. Okay, at the bottom of the tree, I used a tablecloth for the skirt. And right next to that are the silver and gold packages that I picked up from Ross. They're lighted. Guys, now is the fireplace. I'll start at the bottom. I decided to flank the fireplace with these little spruces that I have in urns, and also use my little topiary balls. So I'll pull back a little bit. I flanked both sides with those on the right and left. And the little spruces have holly in them, which kind of match or go with the mantelpiece. I usually do lights up here also. This year I'm not. So instead I'm going to use some of these little tea light holders and do some real tea lights. So that'll give it enough sparkle. We don't really need any lights up here. I'll do a scented candle in that one. And if I don't use a candle in it because of the fire hazard, I'll probably use, one of those battery operated little flickering tea lights, which glow really pretty. So that'll give me some light up here. I tied in, again, the ribbon, same ribbon from the tree. I just put a few pieces there. And that's the mantelpiece and the fireplace. Okay, guys, on this side of the room, because of the tree, I needed something, so I pulled a table. There's a table I told you about in my other video that I made. And I put on it 3 gold Christmas trees, which gave it sparkle on this side of the room. Just used a green tablecloth to pull in the dark green color of the greenery from the tree and around the fireplace. And I also did, guys, I love using mirrors to reflect light. If you can see, I put a mirror in this corner. This is a free find mirror that I picked up from Home Goods for free. Had a couple of bumps and bruises, but your Frugalnista has hid them very well, I think. I put this mirror back here so it can reflect the tree and reflect the lights. And at the top of it, I just decided to do a little wreath at the top. Yeah, guys, I think that just kind of pulls it centers the room, Makes it even almost, or it feels even. Oh, and at the bottom, this little Santa has been with me a few years. I picked this up from Home Goods, probably on clearance. Maybe not on clearance. I'm not sure, but yeah, this came from Home Goods. It just says, "Merry Christmas, everyone." in the traditional red and green, and it has hollies going around. And that is it for the family room, guys. Here are those pillows that I told you about, my no-sew pillows that I put on one couch. And then I put one on this couch to kind of just bring in the colors from the other side of the room. Here's a table, guys, that I'm doing for my nutcrackers. We have nutcrackers, and I just displayed them on the table that I normally put my magazines, books, coffee table books, and things like that. And it's just a picture of us back there from last year's Mirabella's nutcracker birthday. So I decided to use all of these nutcrackers and use this space to just do some little candy. So this is my little chocolate table. Down here, another little tree that I put on top of the books that are normally on that table. Okay, guys, for the kitchen decoration, the table will be set closer as it gets to Christmas. But I put a little small tree here. This is a free find from Marshall's Home Goods, a cute little tree that was listed for $79.99 that I rescued from a landfill. And I put it right here. It fits perfectly, and this is where I'm going to put all my little cards. I decided to put one of my little ornaments and another little ornament down here. And I just put all of our cards that we get from friends and families throughout the years. My little niece, Miss Riley Pooh, neighbors, children. So, yeah. So that's there. Up on this side of the counter, this is where I usually put all of our pictures of the girls from previous Christmases. I also display a little bit of candy, some peppermints, some little cherry balls. These are the bomb. And of course, everybody loves kisses. And this is the cat family, another tradition. Until I take this little group of figurines out, it doesn't feel like Christmas. A coworker of mine gave me this, oh goodness, when I first started working, like right out of college. Or a little bit after college. Was I married then? I don't remember, but I'm sure it didn't cost her little or anything. But for some reason, when we first got married, this was one of the first things that I decorated with, our little cat family. Okay? So yeah, there are pictures of the girls. There is Mirabella. That's a picture of us last Christmas. Here is Mirabella for her birthday. She was a sugar plum fairy. And that's Magnolia on her birthday. That's Mirabella. Look at Magnolia when she was a little one. And look at Magnolia when she was one. That was okay. And I just put some little colored lights to kind of match the red here. So this is the only place I have colored lights this year. Yeah. Okay, next is the tree in my office. I decided to do a white tree back here, guys. And I wanted white and black. And I just used some black ribbon to kind of accent it. This is a smaller tree. This is probably maybe 6 feet. Yeah, about 6 feet. But I'll get closer. Hope it can focus. I used a lot of the black and white ornaments that I had and gold. A few Santa Clauses, some Santa Claus ornaments, gold, candy canes, little girls singing in choirs, more Santas. I use gold bulbs and the black butterflies. Here is a little nativity ornament that I have. I have a couple of those, I think. And yeah. So that's the tree in black and white. There's another nativity. Okay. Underneath the skirt is probably a panel. Yeah, a piece of silk panel. And down at the bottom, I decided to do my display of my dolls. Okay. So I needed a place to display my dolls. I collect dolls. And I decided to bring them in my office and put them on this hutch that used to be in Magnolia's room. So yeah, these are all of my dolls that I bring out every year. Again, we were married 7 years before I had children, so I think seriously I was putting love for a child into things. Yeah, who remembers Precious Moments? Those are two Precious Moments dolls. Wow. Do they even still have Precious Moments? Yeah, it's a little bride. Yep. Again, they range from very expensive dolls that I paid a lot of money for to ones that I picked up at Ross and the likes. Yeah. And that's it, guys. That's my collection of dolls. Here's my little antebellum doll. Her in her big hat. Okay, guys, here is Mirabella's tree. It is very small. She's had this forever, but we always put trees in the girls' room. I can't remember where I picked this up from. I'm sure it was on clearance, but it's one of those little tiny trees in pink. And she is doing silver, white, and that's it. Notice at the bottom, that's one of her old Easter dresses. Okay, guys, Mirabella's tree. Okay, guys, we are in our final destination of our Christmas tour of the house. Now, I'm not going to count these as trees, but we're in Magnolia's room. Her tree is purple, so she didn't put her tree up this year. She's kind of probably over it. To me, it's all about tradition, and I was like, okay, you got to have something in here. So she went downstairs, repurposed a couple of little cylinder-type trees that I had from a party Mirabella did last year. They are purplish, but they do have a pink undertone, so it looks pretty good in here with her whole pink and black Parisian theme. So, yes, we are finished. Happy New Year, and drum roll, please. The Frugalnista put up this year, 2013, a total of, not including these trees, 7 trees. Applause, yay! All right, guys, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I have enjoyed showing you how I do it, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.